Right, we've got Mark White with us after a 0-0 draw against AFC Halifax Town at home. A game of two halves, do you call it, mate?
Yeah, definitely a game of two halves.
Bit obvious.
Yeah. I think a point shared at the end of it would be probably a fair result across the two halves. First half, Dan Lincoln to thank for a couple of tremendous saves, really good saves. Chris set his team up brilliantly. They had a great press, really good press. They weren't going to let us play out. We knew we had a 4v3. They shuffled on one. Believe it or not, it's not that easy to. When people split the half spaces and you're trying to play out on a sticky 3G, it's not that easy. So yeah, I thought they tactically got it right first half. We persisted with playing out but kept getting caught. And we invited Halifax onto us, standard stuff. Second half, I think changes make a big difference in the game, massive difference. Harry Ottaway comes on. That's how you play for a shirt, mate. He's just a fantastic player. Loves the club, loves the fans. Him and Morrow, we went more direct. We obviously dominated most of the second half, and good penalty shout turned down, I think, from Bobby's shot's goal bound. I think it's handballed, but it's a negligible one really. You'll have to see it back, but yeah, I thought we are. There's a whole. It's important to understand there's a whole team of players in the stand. We've got an entire team in the stand, and we had changes today we couldn't make. Tuesday would be even tougher because we've took an injury to one of our wingers that's not ideal. So I think clean sheet. It's. I'd rather keep a clean sheet than score goals right now. We've got to put a shout out to Tony Craig. That's the bottom line. Got to say what you see. His organisation, leadership, professionalism has rifled through the team and those around him, which is great. Really, really good as well. So yeah, I think a point's the right result. I think we showed some aggression second half. We showed some passion. We wanted to win the game, and without anything too clear cut. It did feel a little bit like Bournemouth, where the ball just wouldn't fall. Yeah. It fell to Morrow on the edge a couple of times. Yeah. He just couldn't quite get his head over the ball, and he's hit to skim the bar and whatnot. But listen, a point's a result to build on, and I think Barnet Tuesday is going to be a real street fight. I think watching their game last night, great manager, got to be having he's got to be having the best season really. Than anyone in the division. I think they're not entitled to be where they are in terms of, I think Dean gets everything he's got out of them, and a brilliant group of players. I've a lot of respect for what Dean's doing there. So if we do anything else but play at 12 out of 10 Tuesday, we'll come second. But, we'll take the point for today, and we'll count the troops up and go again Tuesday.
I thought it was a good point, I must admit. I thought the other results went for us today as well, so we moved up a space as well, which is a bonus. But it's so important to keep a clean sheet. Like you say, you can build on these things. Funny enough, speaking to Chris, their gaffer, he made a real funny point. He said he found it harder playing against us when we went direct than when we try and play the ball and play.
Well, of course, yeah. I mean, listen.
With the players we've got, sorry.
No disrespect to teams in this division, but if you said to me, put together a team going to stay in this division every year, I could do it in fucking 2 minutes. It's a piece of piss. You know what I mean? Go long, get players that are good at getting up the field, playing the opposition half, etc., etc. We know the gig. We know the gig. We've known it for years. We just don't want to play that way. But equally, we need to not be afraid to in the position that we're in now. That's the bottom line. So. No doubt it was hard for Chris because all of a sudden we was second half we were taking their press out the game, so it made their sort of their strategy redundant, if you like. So, and then when they got the ball back, they were pretty much false long. It just made the game a different game for them, which is why it looked so different. So, yeah, listen, it's in this league you've got great coaches, Gaz, great coaches that can do different things in different scenarios. We really respect that,
As a gaffer, would you feel you could do what you did the second half, but first half a little bit, and then make them sit back, and then the spaces will open up?
Yeah, we should. Yeah, definitely.
And a criticism.
No. It should be. And I think I said to the boys in there, I said, look, we didn't really plan for the plan B. We didn't really sort of plan for the fact that, if we can't make the overload work or they split it, what will we do? We should have planned better for that. And Or we should have certainly executed a more direct game when we're giving it away in areas. Yeah, this is what we're here for, to learn this year. Do you know what I mean? And like I said, I can't wait. No disrespect to any of the boys that played today, but there's a lot of boys that I can't wait to get back in the shirt, and a few of them will be back on. Tuesday.
Good.
So which is great. Yeah, which is really, really good. So yeah, I think it's a positive point. I do think it's a positive point, and I think the changes did make a difference. Management team made them, and you know, I think everyone around the site probably thinks point was a fair result.
Yeah, I think everyone thought it was a fair point. I felt where I was sitting, people around me were. The second half performance showed a bit of a, I need to swore then, bit of guts about us. We're getting involved and we causing them problems.
Yeah, and obviously Harry coming on, really, to be fair, mate. Harry, you know, people leave for example when Harry was winning the first ball and the second and the third, bringing people into play, and of course that just brings everybody with him. Everybody goes with him. Do you know what I mean? So, good second half, spirited performance, dogged, and that's where we need to be right now. You know, a little bit less pretty, a little bit more brawn, and I think some of them boys that have come into the side are giving us that, you know.
Definitely, because we can do it. You know what I mean? It's obvious we can do it, and we can play the beautiful football, and we can be doggy, can't we? So
obviously the thing is, if you go direct and you, dare I say it, I don't like saying it, if you're good at picking up second balls, you're turning over possession in high areas, and you're beating the press. So all of a sudden you get your wingers on the ball 1v1. We saw the difference to the game it had with Jimmy. You know, like all of a sudden Capello, I think, is a great young player. All of a sudden he's planning his own half, and all of a sudden Jimmy's having a good day, as opposed to Jimmy back to goal in his own half and Capello's having a good start. You know, so it just shows the difference it can make, mate. But yeah, listen, we'll take the point, mate. That's where we are. We'll take the point.
Okay, well done. Well, cheers, good. It's good to build on, and I will see you on Tuesday against Barnet, mate.
Next Tuesday, guys.
Cheers, buddy.
Cheers, mate.